Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to the video. This is Fisher Vlog number 215. And I'm going to start out this week's video with these guys. This is my current favorite project. If you've been following the channel well, you know these are baby corridors. And I have been working on different ways of getting through those first couple of critical weeks, getting them to feed properly, of course, and making sure they have enough of, biofilm. My original batch that I raised and a second batch, a few of which are still in here, I was using hay for my biofilm, and then I hit upon, thanks to Don at New York Gold, putting in oak leaves, and that has really done quite a number. I think I'm going to get a lot more success, but again, this is a little early to tell. And the other thing I threw in there, of course, is I was making some coleslaw, so I thought I'd throw in, a cabbage leaf. The nice thing about the cabbage leaf is, of course, they really show up well in contrast. There's going to be another video clip at the end that's going to show a little bit more of them because I noticed there's a lot more activity in there, and we'll talk about that when it comes out. This is the first batch I raised. I was still experimenting with different ways of getting the eggs off the glass, and I took these out way too early. As soon as I saw them, I said, oh, great, and I raised them off, put them into a container, and, well, I didn't end up with a whole lot of hatching because I had some fungus issues. I've worked that out since then because now I let them sit in the aquarium for a day to a day and a half, and the hatch rate is much higher, so it's much better that way. I'm going to show you these guys, and obviously guppies, because this tank is like way in the back corner of my fish room, and it doesn't get a whole lot of love, but I noticed that there was a couple of males in here that really caught my eye. So I want to, I'm going to isolate some of the males and females, and I am going to try, not line breeding of course, but I want to get at least a few more of those particular ones, and, cull out, of course, the ones that have no interest in whatsoever. So there are some in there that, look a little bit draggled. I don't really care for them that much. Sorry for the recording of this, but again, it is an awkward position. Because it's, like I said, it's way in the back corner, and there's not very much room there, and I'm really up close to the glass, and there's some glare, of course, from the stuff behind me and everything. But I wanted to show it to you. But what I'm going to do is, once I isolate them, I will show you a little bit more controlled, let's say, and give you a better view of the ones I actually like. But there's quite a few of them in there that I like. This is obviously some zebra danios, and this is the ones that I used. I just put the pair in here, let them lay eggs, pulled them out, and raised them all in here, and they're obviously old enough now to, they're mature, so they can breed. The only reason why I'm showing you this, partly because for some reason this one aquarium I have has been taken over by a whole pile of hair algae. I'm not sure where it came from, but that's okay. I mean, I just wanted to show you the fish, and these are the first big batch. First two big batches that I raised, and I have not forgotten them, though they are taking a bit of a back seat now to the cories that I'm raising. But I really like these guys. So I need to go through, as you can see, there's one or two in there that need to be culled, and they'll go into clients' aquariums because most people don't really mind if there's a slight difference in the looks of their fish. And yeah, I'll put those in there like little daycares or whatever, and they'll do their thing. And like I said, it's I'm not forgetting about them. It's just like when you get a new toy, in this case raising cories, you spend more time with them than I do with the zebra danios. But I need more of them because I am going to focus on those a lot. I threw that cabbage leaf in there just to see how it changes the culture. But I wanted to mention these guys because I've changed how I'm culturing yet again. I was originally just doing hay. And then I found that putting in dehydrated turnip was doing really well. But I found the stability of the hay is really cool. And what I want to do, of course, is have stable cultures. I don't have to worry about spiking and crashing all the time. So now I'm doing is a combo of both of them. So I'm doing both hay and turnip in a single culture. And I find that's actually for the best. It does smooth out those hiccups, and it's again harder to see where the actual little paramecium are, but it's much better as far as, like I said, I don't have to pay too much attention to it. These are the honey Grammys, and he has been building bubble nests every day. This has been a bubble nest that's lasted actually for about 3 days. So I wanted to get a close picture of it just to see if there were any eggs in there. I can't find any. So he's just being active, and I'll have to try something else, I think, to get them to be stimulated. I don't know. We'll figure that one out as they get a little older. Well, as you can see, this is very successful. This is a small section of a 7-foot aquarium, and you can see the fry of these convicts are getting quite a bit larger now. They're active as all get out, but yeah, I have literally no idea what I'm going to do with all these fry. I mean, it was immensely successful, and I'm glad that I have the line continuing, because she's a wonderful female. The OB version of the wild one is the male. And yeah, you can start seeing some colors coming on them. They seem to be taking more after dad, but we'll see in the long run. And they may end up staying in my fish room for their entire lives, because like I said, I don't really have any use for them for clients. Who knows, something may change and I may have a spot for them, but they're great little fish, and we'll see how it goes. So this is, again, like I said, near the end, and you can see that, I mean, they show up so well against the leaf, and you can see that they're, good shape. They have bellies on them, so they're feeding off the leaves. But again, I mean, they obviously prefer the oak leaf. I'm going to give this more time, because I only had put that cabbage leaf in there probably 4 or 5 hours before filming, and well, it obviously doesn't have a whole lot of biofilm on it yet. Whereas this leaf has tons, and the one that's down the bottom is not as popular anymore, because I moved it around a little bit to see if there was any activity in there, and there are some still down there. There's a whole pile of just swimming around all over the place, but apparently these things eventually do run their course, and they need to be replaced. So again, it's something I'll be keeping an eye on. Apparently the life cycle of these things is only probably a few days at most, so we will keep an eye on these things and see how they do. But you see they're all nice and chubby, so so far so good. Anyway, sorry for my preoccupation with the baby cory fry, but like I said, it's one of the newer things I got going on, and it's kind of cool to try new ways of raising fish. Leave comments, let me know what you think about all this, and I will see you in the next video, and bye for now.